Ocala.
Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well.
Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to kickoff day. That's right. Football in full effect. College football in the second week or third week, depending on how you look at it. The NFL kicked off last night with a fantastic football game with the Tampa Bay defending champions of the Super Bowl winning in a thriller right down to the wire. I was thought my parlay card was going to get messed up right on the first game of the season. And then tonight, right here on these airwaves, high school football rolls out. Galen Y'all from Life South, he joins us, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center, Pin Flooring, and Just Ship. Galen, now football season in full effect because you're on the airwaves tonight with Westport, North Marion.
Yeah, it'll be good to get back. And I'm excited. Westport's struggling. They're 0-2. They haven't scored a touchdown. They're having they have some issues at quarterback. And then, Greg Carr's trying to turn it around with North Marion. It's hard to tell what they have because, they played Forest, which is way down this year. It's just interesting. We'll see how it all shakes out. But an important game for both teams. Westport is not out of the playoff hunt yet. They play in by far and away the toughest district from everyone else in the county. So it'll be interesting. We'll see how it shakes out.
It really will be interesting. Did you catch any of the game last night, or did you catch all the game last night?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the entire game. I just thought that I thought it would be a compelling broadcast, but again, I pretty much had to mute it after about the second quarter. I mean, I don't know how many times Chris Collinsworth can talk about how great Dak Prescott is, or he just fawns over all the players.
He literally said last night, Dak Prescott is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, and he's proven it again tonight. And I went, okay, Dak Prescott had a good game. I'm not faulting that. He threw over 400 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, took it down, drove down, and took the game go-ahead points, the 3 points to get in front of New England. Get in front of Tampa with 1:26 to go, but that's still too much time to give Tom Brady on the clock. Tampa comes down, kicks field goal, wins the game by 2. He played very well. I mean, but first off, they were picking on number 35, who didn't seem to be able to cover anybody in man coverage. He kept getting all kinds of pass interference calls. And here's my point. Everybody's talking about this morning. I've listened to talking heads and all talking about how great Dallas played and there are no moral victories, blah, 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 blah.
Of course.
Trampa Bay turned the ball over 4 times and still won the football game.
And I think that's the biggest takeaway. And look where they turned it over.
Yeah.
They turned it over in Dallas's red zone.
That's what I'm saying. The game was not as – everybody thinks that game was close. The game wasn't as close. If Tampa doesn't turn the ball over in the red zone 4 times, they're wiping the floor with Dallas.
Right. There's 2 golden rules right now in journalism and people who try to write for a living. 1, if your politics try to put Trump in the headline. 2, if you're writing about sports, include the Dallas Cowboys in the headlines. And that's what people, again, I've said this a million times. The Cowboy fan is by far and worse, by far and away. They have more expectations for their team. They're overhyped every single year. What you really need to be concerned about is how poorly that Cowboys team ran the ball. And this team is built around Ezekiel Elliott. He was just absolutely shut down. I thought Dallas played okay.
Who?
Yeah, he was on the field last night.
Who are you talking about? There was a running back on the field for Dallas. I thought Dallas could only throw the football. I didn't know they had a running game.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Dak played okay. I agree with you. I think they got that matchup figured out, late in the second half, and I don't think Dak looked nearly as good because he wasn't reading one player anymore. And CeeDee Lamb made a couple of nice moves, and Cooper is just a phenomenal route runner. Watching him run routes is so much fun.
Can I give a shout out here, some credit here, and I must do this. You know, I'm a DraftKings guy. I don't do the year-long fantasy football. I do the week-by-week fantasy football. You know, trying to make a little dollar. You know what I'm saying? So last night, I had a dilemma. I had 6,100 to spend. I had a wide receiver left to get. And my wife happens to walk in. She goes, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to decide between these two wide receivers. She looks. She goes, "Just take Amari Cooper. He's great. He's from Bama." I was like, "All right." Took Amari Cooper. I got to give credit to my wife. She made a great call last night. He had 42 fantasy points. She made a good call. My wife, Susan.
Yeah,
give her credit.
Give her credit. Absolutely, she played great. But again, when you watch Tom Brady operate, and again, there's a lot of reasons why people don't like the guy. I get it. But my gosh, when you watch him, some of the throws he makes, he's like, how in the world is that?
He's 44.
And he hit the ball, he drops back, boom. There was nobody within a foot and a half of him for a single throw.
He had his hands on his head after winning the Super Bowl 20 years ago this year, 2001.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Right.
They made this stat last night, and I was like, how in the world can you beat this guy? They said that his throws from scrimmage are 9.7 yards is the average throw, 9.7 yards, right? So that means you got to throw some long balls in there to get almost 10 yards to pass in the NFL. But his release time is 2.4 seconds. So not only is he throwing the ball down the field, but he's throwing the ball down the field so fast you can't get to him. And he's 44.
Yeah, and he just dominates. He's by far and away the greatest. Was there any doubt when he got the ball?
That's what I was going to say. Here's the question. Here's the question on the difference between Tom Brady and Dak Prescott. When Tom Brady got the ball after Dallas kicked the field goal goes up, and Tom Brady got the football, was there any? I'm sitting there and I've got a 18 parlay, an 8-pick parlay that if Tampa loses, my parlay is just ruined right away. You know, I bet $25 to make $371. You see what I'm saying? And
I'm familiar.
And if Tampa loses this game, and I'm sitting there, and not a moment of thought came into my head, well, my parlay card's done. When Tom Brady got the ball back with over a minute to go, I go, he had 71 seconds, I think, something like that. I go, well, at least I won the first game. Now get on to game 2. There was never a doubt in my mind that Tampa wasn't going to win that football game.
No, and again,
Godwin showed up. How about Godwin? I started him last night too. He had a great game. Almost 30 points in fantasy league.
Yeah, he had that big time fumble at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. That would have sealed the game.
Yeah, sealed it.
Godwin goes in. If he holds on to the football, the Bucs win by probably 11 because the Cowboys would have had to go for a touchdown and they would not have scored.
Let's take a phone call real quick.
Again, yeah. Sure.
Let's take a phone call real quick. You're on with Galen and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom. This is on the KEF Media.
Oh, yeah, that's for a call. No, we're live on the air right now. Can you call? Call me back during the break, please? Thank you. We're live on the air right now. Oh, that was my people. They're calling the front line for some reason instead of the back line. I just don't get it. I don't get it, Galen. I don't get it.
I can't help you.
Let's take a break. We'll come right back after this timeout, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we provide a quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, Galen, you know, is from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center, and Just Ship. Galen, only got about 10 more minutes with you, so I need to switch gears for you real quick. I know you want to talk football, more football, but, you know, college football's coming up with games to watch this weekend. I just took a flyer. I made a bet with a buddy of mine. He gave me the 9 points, and I got Appalachian State for $20. But if Appalachian State wins the game outright, he pays me $50. And if Appalachian State loses by 19 or more, I pay him $50. I think I got a pretty good bet.
Yeah, well, again, I'm not a big fan of this Gator offense. So,
No, Miami. University of Miami. No, University of Miami.
Miami. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this Miami offense. You know, this is the first year, back-to-back, they've had the same offensive coordinators.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good bet. I think App State could go in there and win. And then, again, it's decision time again for the game. We just can't seem to get the right guy in there.
Never can seem to get the right guy in there since.
Lane Kiffin. Call Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about a guy who's tailor-made.
Tailor-made for Miami. He would bring the mystique back to Miami.
FAU was better than Miami when he was at FAU.
And Ole Miss right now would beat Miami.
Oh, of course, FAU would beat Miami. So Ole Miss is a much better team than FAU.
Yeah, so Lane Kiffin would be a perfect fit for the University of Miami, attitude-wise and everything. So that's college football, but here's what I got to bring this up. I don't want to bring this up, but the news of the day says I have to bring it up. If you're a federal employee or you work for the federal government or you are a contract worker with the federal government or you have a company with over 100 people, the federal government now, Joe Biden executive decision, is now forcing you to take a needle to the arm. The government is mandating you take a needle to the arm. I got a problem with that, a huge problem with that.
But again, I think anybody who's paying attention saw this coming.
Oh yeah, I saw it coming, but I got a big problem with it.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's illegal.
It's going to court. You know it's going to court.
Or they did give you the option, and thank God.
Weekly test, yeah.
Right, was allowed to bring in 3 conservative judges. Because if this happens and Trump doesn't get those 3 judges, you know, we're getting stuff put in our body that we don't necessarily agree with, or you're sent to the testing labs. Think about the quality of these testing labs. And you know, I was sitting there and I'm watching that. I'm like, you know, the last 6 months, every time I listen to a politician, all they're doing is yelling at me about what I'm doing wrong and what I'm not doing correctly, right? Whether it's my views on freedom, apparently. He said it last night. He goes, this isn't about freedom. You know, he said it. This isn't about freedom. This isn't about safety. Again, we're putting our safety over our freedom, and that's not, safety is not a God-given right. It's not. But I'm tired of politicians yelling at me. And then he goes off on the environment, right, about how bad the environment is, and this is a critical hour, and we have to do more. What do you want me to do? If it's over, right, if the economy, if we pass that so-called tipping point, let's enjoy it and have cheap gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of like what my sister said. When my mother was suffering from COPD and emphysema, and she only had probably, at that time we didn't know it, but probably only about 6-7 months to live, right? She was in a assisted living facility every day and all. And my sister got angry and told me I needed to do something. As the son and the executor of the will and everything, you know, I was kind of the person in charge once mother's health took the downturn. Because my mom would take her wheelchair and wheel herself out to the outside door, get out of her wheelchair, take a walker that was there by the door, walk out to the table, smoke a cigarette, which is what put her in this predicament in the first place. Then 2 or 3 cigarettes, then come back in, get in her wheelchair, hook her oxygen back up, and go to her room. And my sister goes, you need to stop her from doing that. That's detrimental. I go, we needed to stop her from doing that 30 years ago. She's got a foot in the grave now. It's not going to help now to tell her she can't smoke a cigarette. Let her live her life and enjoy the last few months she's got. So if we're at the end, if we're where we're at, let's enjoy where we're at. Let's not try to mandate. And I agree with you. If we're at the bottom, let's live like we are.
And I will say, I got some really good news and some disheartening news yesterday. So, for the testing, the positive test result for COVID in our local hospitals are going down again. So we're on the backside of this latest surge. What really bothered me though is that a major hospital system within our state is having to pull nurses and other qualified technicians who deal directly with patient care. We're having to pull them out of the hospital to make deliveries of critical supply. And it's all because we can't hire, or they can't hire. So think about that. Instead of a nurse who's supposed to be working with the patient, right, directly,
they're delivering pizzas.
Traffic, they're delivering oxygen,
right,
mainly, and then other key supplies.
Aren't there companies that do that? Aren't there companies that do that?
Yeah, but that's just it. Those companies can't find any staff. I mean, again, this is a major problem that the administration started, by the way. Our federal government... By
giving the stimulus checks, 100%.
Absolutely. And the way we've handled the pandemic has been an absolute disgrace.
Let's take a phone call real quick.
And by the way, I will say this. Thank God you don't live in California.
100%.
You're going to have to get your child vaccinated in order to go to school.
Right.
Mandated. That we've done very little testing.
Mandated.
For a 12-year-old.
Yep.
Come on.
Good morning. You're on with Galen and Tom.
Yeah, good morning. Seems to me like there's a lot of Christian scientists and Jehovah's Witnesses that work for the federal government. This could get interesting.
Thanks for the call. You know.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? Because they have religious freedom. It's right there in the number 1 in the Constitution. What do you say to that, Joe?
Absolutely. Well, and again, I'm vaccinated. If you want to get vaccinated, you get vaccinated. It's got to be a choice. You know, this is sad.
And they say the numbers.
Are vaccinated.
They say the numbers are low because only 63% of the country is vaccinated. I find it amazing that they got that many vaccinated.
Well, it's higher than every other. It's higher than every other country outside of Israel.
Right. I mean, 62%. So, I would have thought it would have been somewhere around 45%.
And again, we don't know how effective the vaccine is against all these variants because don't release the data. You know, you talked about it yesterday with the Mu variant. It's completely useless against the Mu variant.
Right.
So, again, where does the, and again, people are like, oh, this should happen. You know, we need to protect others. All right, where do we draw the line?
Well, here's the problem.
Where do we draw the line?
And
That's the question.
Here's the issue.
This isn't a slippery slope. This is a cliff. If this mandate's allowed to go on, that means they can do anything they want with our bodies. The federal government can tell us what pills to
Here's
take
a chip
and
that
what
you have to
pills
put
not
in your.
to take.
Here's a chip you have to put in your body.
It's coming. And again, this is all biblical. Read Revelations if you haven't read it. You should read your Bible every day anyway. Read Revelations. Everything that's happening is right there. It's right there. It's undeniable.
But
It's
Joe Biden,
undeniable.
what I heard last
So
night,
we're in the end time.
what I heard last night,
So get your mind right with God. There you go. There's my PSA.
what I heard last night was Joe Biden doesn't care about your health. He doesn't care about whether you have the virus or not. This had nothing to do with it. He goes into that and he talks to you about that, but in the end he says, and that's the reason I'm coming after you governors. You governors that won't listen to me. This is the reason I'm coming at. It has nothing to do with the virus. It has to do with Joe Biden wants to control the Republican governors or try to control the Republican governors that he can't control. And he said so last night. With this mandate, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you governors. He wants to. If you don't, it's almost like, to me, what Joe Biden said yesterday was the same to me. Now, this people say, "Oh, that's a reach, Tom." Joe Biden was doing what the premier of China said in 1989 to those protesters at Tiananmen Square. I'm coming after you. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, I'm coming after you, and I'm going to get you. And he ran them over with tanks. And that's what Joe Biden's threatening to do to governors who have the entity of their own state. You know, they have the power of the electorate of their own state. But Joe Biden said, I don't care about that. I'm coming after you. If you don't do what I say, what sounds a little dictatorial to me, if you don't do what I say, I'm coming after you.
Well, again,
it's scary. It's scary.
This is where we're at, Tom. This is where we're at. When the land of freedom, you know, in a country I fought for, freedom is no longer important here. What's important is that you follow the government's rules. That you follow.
That's communism.
No, Tom. And this is the key point. And the difference between communism and the United States is in the United States, individualism trumps collectivism.
No, but what Joe Biden's trying to do is you must listen to the government. That's a communist statement.
Absolutely. We are now in a collective. It's no longer, he even says your personal freedoms don't matter. We have now gone to full-on socialism, communism. This is no longer democracy. And we have a king now. We no longer have a president. We have a king who is ruling by mandates.
And executive orders.
By the way, there's no difference. There's no difference between a mandate / executive order / a king's decree. There's no difference. It didn't go through Congress. It didn't go through the House. It wasn't voted on by the electorate.
He poured his wax on it. He poured his wax on it and put a seal on it.
And stamped it. Yep. And guess what happens if you don't do it? They're fining you $14,000 per incident.
Right.
And if people don't get fired up about this, then we're done as a society. We no longer love freedom. We just need to go and hide in our caves from a virus that we will never, ever get rid of. It's here forever. By the way, you cannot stop a virus that starts in animals and has already switched over to humans. There's no evidence we ever will. You can talk to me about it all day. I know the science. There you go.
There you go. You know, man deals with blood on a daily basis. He knows. Hey, and by the way, get vaccinated if you choose to, not because Joe Biden told you to.
Correct. Exactly.
Hey,
exactly.
Galen.
That's all. It's called freedom. Freedom.
And it's not always free. And it's not always free.
Over soon.
Galen,
and sometimes you have to bleed on it to make it good.
100%. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, 9/11 weekend, so we've got a couple of things we're going to be at. We will be at Trinity Catholic this weekend. Today we're actually at the Walmart out on 40 on the way out to the beach. So come see us there. And wow, 20 years from 9/11. And here we are, where we went and fought a war for our freedom.
Yep.
And here we are just giving it back.
Galen.
20 years to the day,
Yep.
we're losing our freedom every day.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Unbelievable. All right, well,
WOCA is the source.
Of Americans. All employers with more than 100 employees must be vaccinated or pay the roughly $100 test every week. Either the employee or the employer must pay for the test. Workers at Medicare and Medicaid facilities must be fully vaccinated. Members of the executive branch and contractors that do business with the feds must be vaccinated, period. No testing option, making a one-size-fits-all medical mandate. President Biden, in a threat, says he's going after governors that don't share his point of view.
School officials are trying to keep children safe in a pandemic while their governor picks a fight with them. These governors won't help beat the pandemic. I'll use my power as president to get them out of the way.
Biden took no questions from reporters. 15 governors have called out Biden on Thursday. USA Radio News.
Yes, the pandemic is coming to an end. Restrictions are coming to an end. But body aches and pains never seem to end. That's why you need to click sunny-bay.com for the best sleep you can get. Sunny Bay's legendary products can help, like our lavender stress-reducing products, locally sourced and handmade in the USA. Or try Sunny Bay's award-winning pillows for traveling or extra neck support while sleeping. No need for pills or expensive chiropractic visits. Our neck support pillows are that good. Sunny Bay is a homegrown, small business, but our products are designed and rigorously tested based on your demand and feedback. And they make great gifts for mom, dad, or anyone. Find Sunny Bay products on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, or at sunny-bay.com. And right now, get free heat patches and a belt with any purchase. So remember, Sunny Bay heating pads, neck pillows, and stress-relieving hot or cold wraps. As restrictions come to an end and you get back to work, do it the healthy way with Sunny Bay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Melanie, all of Ocala. Our beautiful city has the potential for tremendous growth, but years of politicizing our priorities is holding us back from becoming a first-class city. I'm running to bring a culture of common sense, decency, respect, love, trust, and prosperity to our city. I'm running with energy, experience, and grit. On September 21st, vote for One Ocala, vote for Dr. Manal Fakori for mayor.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veteran